What do you think about child prodigy?
He is smart.
Talented kids.
What do you think about his IQ?
He must be a boy with high IQ.
Well then, let us take you to the journey with our news book review. How Children Succeed, Great Carelessly and the Hidden Power of Character by Paul Tough.
Paul was visiting room 140 at the Red Bank Primary School, not to scope out the class as a new parent, but to try to understand it as a journalist. At first glance, the classroom seemed entirely ordinary.
Around the room, 4-year-old kids were happily engaged in the customary diversions of pre-kindergarten students, building towers of Legos, driving trucks through sand tables, and piecing together jigsaw puzzles.
But as the day progressed, he realized that what was going on in room 140 was in fact quite unusual, in ways both self-evident and subtle. To begin with, the students were remarkably calm and orderly. There were no tears that day, no meltdowns, no tantrums, no fights.
There were no warning, no full start, even no time out.
Indeed, no rewards for good behavior or punishment for bad at all.
The students in room 140 were enrolled in a program called Tools of the Mind. It is designed to develop in children a set of specific pre-academic skills. That is what we are talking about.
The learning process of Tools of the Mind, by contrast, doesn't focus much on reading and math abilities. Instead, all of its interventions are intended to help children learn different kinds of skills, controlling their impulses, stay focused on the task at hand, avoiding distractions and mental traps, managing their emotions, organizing their thoughts.
Over the years, we've been trained to believe that the way to judge a child's success is from test scores and what colleague he gets into. In How Children Succeed, Paul Topp argues that qualities that matter most have more to do with character, like skills, perseverance, curiosity, conscientiousness, optimism, and self-control.
What the most important in child development is not how much information or knowledge we can give into their brain in the first few years. But what matters instead is how we can help children to manage their failure, stay with them emotionally and also mentally. Help them get through the failure, because everyone is going to go through failure. If we do this, children will have good self-control, with our spirit, self-confidence and optimistic. Economists refer to this as cognitive skill. Psychologists call them personality traits, and some people think of them as characters.
According to Duff and the many research studies he cites, certain character traits are much better predictors of success than a child IQ or test scores.
Among these traits, an important one is the ability to delay gratification. As we have seen in our debt-ridden culture, many adults who don't have this skill create for themselves some major life problems and disappointments, the antithesis of success.
So, how do we help kids learning to be better at delaying gratification? There is only one way. They cannot get everything they want every time they want it. They need to not get some things, face the disappointment, and have to earn what they want.
According to Tom, Afghan parents are often guilty of overindulging kids with the intention of giving them everything and being loving, but at the expense of their character. Learning to work for something they like to purchase or waiting until they achieve a particular milestone is helpful in building up our kids' delayed gratification skills.
Even if we can afford everything our child desires and give it to them whenever they ask, it will make them think everything easy to get. In real life, when they fail, they will give up quicker because they don't have skills to get past the failure and stress.
Tough acknowledge how hard it is for parents to not give into our children's desires. In fact, we have an acute, almost biological impulse to provide for our children, to give them everything they want and need, to protect them from dangers and discomfort both large and small. And yet we know, on some level at least, that what kids need more than everything is a little hardship, some challenge, some deprivation they can overcome, even if just to prove to themselves that they can.
To tell us about how, in recent decades, character traits have been studied and catalogued. In their book, Character Strengths and Virtues, a handbook and classification, Martin Seligman and Chris Peterson include a list of 24 specific character strengths, including traits like fairness, integrity, humor, social intelligence, kindness, and gratitude. On a list narrowed down by Peterson, we learn 7 strengths that are especially likely to predict satisfaction and high achievement. Cultivating these character traits represents a reliable path to the good life, a life that is not just happy but meaningful and fulfilling.
The 7 traits are grit, self-control, zest, social intelligence, gratitude, optimism, and curiosity.
According to Thor, consciousness is needed in all parts of life. We describe conscious people as hardworking, orderly, reliable, respectful of social norms, and high self-control.
The most important descriptor, according to Taub, self-control.
Kids who are conscientious grow into adults who do well without material incentives, have better grades in high school and college, commit fewer crimes, stay married longer, and live longer. Seems like a good character trait to work on developing. But how do we help develop conscientiousness in a kid? The secret is focusing on habits and teaching kids growth mindset, like stated on Carol Dweck's book Mindset, The New Psychology of Success. Children need to learn that they can change themselves by changing their habits.
Not self-disciplined person? Make some rules to help develop new habits and turn into a self-disciplined person. If our kids don't have a particular character trait, they can develop it by practicing new habits.
Habit and character essentially are the same thing. Some kids have good habits and some kids have bad habits. Kids understand it when you put it that way, because they know that habits might be hard to change, but they're not impossible to change.
Although in the condition of extreme poverty, Taub show us that a teenager who appears to be on a path toward failure can be helped.
He tells some inspirational stories of kids who have lived themselves from the depths of poverty onto a path towards success. What is needed, according to Taub, is a single mentor who can show them that hard work and dedication can help them to achieve their goals.
We will be inspired by Taub's statement that Adolescence can be a time for a different kind of turning point, the profoundest sort of transformation. The moment when a young person manages to turn herself away from near certain failure and begins to steer a course towards success.
The influence of family and the parental nurturing is very important for children development. As well as grit, it is an important character strength to be developed.
Tao describes the right way to set goals, which involves not being overly optimistic or pessimistic, but instead using mental contrasting to see both the positive outcome and the obstacles that need to be overcome.
We highly recommend this book to parents, educators, and others who work with children and young adults.
Tao's message about the importance of helping our youth develop character needs to permeate and change how we raise this generation of kids.
And his description of slogans and techniques as a guide for us who want to have kids develop character strength.
Self-control.
Curiosity.
Conscientiousness.
Great!
Self-confidence.
Are what matter most.
So, do you raise your children to succeed?